Hey, what's up? Welcome to Underpaid Gamers. My name is Tony. With me is a corpse, back from the dead himself, Justin.
I am alive.
He is back. No Emily this week, unless she surprises us. Justin is back from the dead. This week, we talk about some news, as always. Got a whole bunch of stuff, so we just have to wait for that. Justin, you've been playing Battlefront, the Battle of Jakku.
The Battle of Jakku. That.
Yep. Here's the song. Question for you.
Okay.
True or false?
Okay.
That's not the question yet.
Okay.
True or false is the answer you can give me.
Okay.
Hunger Games
Uh-huh.
is 3 books, 4 movies. True or false?
I feel a trick. This is a trap. My Admiral Akbar senses are going off, but I would say...
So, time out.
True.
Back to that.
What?
Admiral Akbar, you know he was just a puppet in the movies?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until like 2 weeks ago.
You
I
didn't?
I figured someone acted. They put someone in C-3PO, but they can't.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah.
I thought you would know.
Well, I thought he... There's a scene where he's, like, standing, though, and he walks
No,
around.
he's always a puppet.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the question. True or false?
I would say the answer, my gut feeling, it's true. However, my Admiral Akbar senses are going off, so please tell me how wrong I am.
They're making prequels.
What?
They're making movie prequels.
No.
They are.
I thought... I saw something with Jennifer Lawrence said it's too soon or something.
No, she's not going to do it. Jennifer Lawrence is done with this crap. Like,
good. She's above it.
She's been doing a lot of mature movies now, and I think she needs to do that. But Lionsgate has signed on for, like, a prequel trilogy.
Oh, my gosh.
If
they took the Hunger Games, and the first one was good, the second one was alright, and they just crashed it into the ground.
The Empire Strikes Back, the second one. Which means they left it on the cliffhanger.
Okay.
The whole point of the second one was the intent of creating the third one, which would then be the fourth one.
Okay.
Like, the first one was a self-contained story. You're like, that's cool.
True.
That movie's over.
True.
And then the second one, she's like, Peeta's captured, and Katniss is like, no, he's the love of my life.
Right.
Sometimes.
I mean, right. They wrap up the main story of the second one with the end of it. It's just the ending.
No, cliffhanger was dumb.
Huh?
It was dumb. The Empire Strikes Back did.
Dude, do you think the Empire Strikes Back is dumb?
No. They
Are you saying
cliffhanged it.
They
hung
did.
off a cliff.
There was, but it was not to the same extent as, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean second one cliffhanger, which they didn't resolve anything.
In the second Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah. At the end, it literally says, to be continued at the bottom, ... Like, essentially, the whole movie, nothing happens, and then, like, all you do is you get introduced to Davy Jones, and then Jack dies.
In Pirates of the Caribbean 2, they have one of my most favorite quotes.
Oh, really?
Which is,
what is that?
Bootstraps.
It is such a great one.
He strapped bootstraps.
Yeah, and he whispers it behind. I love that.
I say that all the time. Whenever anyone says bootstraps, which doesn't happen very often.
I think that too.
I was in one of my classes in college. I was sitting next to this girl, and we had a guest speaker. For whatever reason, she said bootstraps. And I looked over to her, and I said, bootstraps. And she started cracking up, and she's like, what's that from? And I'm like, Pirates of the Caribbean!
My favorite quote from that movie is, part of the ship, part of the crew.
Yeah!
I say that. I still say that all the time when somebody's like not being a team player. It's like, you're part of the ship, part of the crew.
That's right.
Oh, man.
Anyways, Hunger Games.
So, the Hunger Games.
If they were making prequels, what would you want them to be?
Well, I would hope it would be then the Civil War that caused the whole District 13 to be destroyed, or to be whatever started the war in the very beginning.
Lack of food?
Yeah.
An increase in technology, but somehow a lack of food?
Yeah, because apparently increased technology doesn't help the agricultural production.
At all.
Which is the exact opposite of what really happens.
Hunger Games is dumb.
Thomas Malthus, famous economist, was proven wrong because technology improves agricultural production.
Does Hunger Games take place in the future or in the past? Or in a different universe?
I understood it as the future.
That's so weird because the capital has really good technology, but then the districts have like no technology.
Right. But that's the way they keep control, though. Partially.
What's going on here? No, I don't get it.
It's a command economy.
They don't even have flashlights or anything.
I know. So it's a way to subject them.
Hunger Games.
Man.
So many politics.
I know. What a dystopian future.
No.
Big words. Dystopian. All right, what's up? What's next on the list?
Cloud9. You know somebody from Cloud9. Not personally.
I don't.
You know a player.
I do.
C9, Mango. Smash.
Mango.
You know Mango.
Yeah.
You know of Mango.
I know of Mango. I don't know personally him, or I also don't follow him very closely. However, I do follow Hungrybox.
There you go. Hungrybox.
Had a coupon.
That's right. Hungrybox and PPMD.
Dude, they're
my favorite god, PPMD.
There it is.
Hungrybox with his Jigglypuff.
PPMD.
Dr. PP.
Dr. PP. MD.
Dr. MD.
Yeah, so they really came through for everybody. Papa John's code, 50% off large pizzas.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily know anything about it, but I was on Twitter, because our Twitter account, I follow both of them.
Right.
I follow all the gods.
Yeah.
And Hungrybox and PPND both kept retweeting all these people saying, thanks for the pizza, Hungrybox. Yeah. So I tweeted at him, like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
He's like, he didn't respond to me, because I'm not that awesome.
Right.
I'm not that cool enough, I guess.
Not
but
yet.
then he sent out a tweet, like, 5 minutes after I tweeted at him, he said, hey, for anybody that doesn't know, I have a coupon at Papa John's. Put in pizza GG until December 27th, and you get a half off of a large pizza. So one, it's until 27th, so you can still use that code.
That's a long time.
It was like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then two, it was awesome. I don't know how they got it. Papa John's is not a sponsor of either one of them.
Right.
But I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, if the end result is half off a large pizza, how can you be sad? How can you have a negative experience? You can't.
I don't know. The problem was you can only apply it to one pizza. Yeah. So if you have two pizzas in your order, it only discounts one.
Yeah.
The way me and Emily got through that is I bought a pizza,
and she
discounted.
Bought a pizza.
She bought a pizza, discounted.
There you go.
Like, thanks, Box.
There you go.
Thanks, Hungrybox. I am no longer hungry.
Yeah.
And I made a joke on Twitter about how he hacked my dreams. And
yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, because he was a champion of dream hack.
Yeah.
But
hey.
Anyway, back to Cloud9. They were recruiting for Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
Are
we getting on the team now? Did we make it? Did you put in our videos?
Ours?
Yeah.
No.
How good we are?
Oh, actually, they made a team. I don't remember. I haven't seen who was on it, but they didn't make the qualifier for the World Finals.
Oh
Finals.
no!
I don't know if there's a way for them to get back in some other way. I think they might have to fight through pools or something.
Yeah.
But it's nice that big companies like that, Cloud9, Luminosity, and other stuff like that are getting into Call of Duty.
Yeah. I like that. I like it. I'm a fan of this Call of Duty, and I'm glad that they have gone away from the whole, gotten back to the whole Twitch thing. Kind of.
Some people are on Twitch, some are on MLG. But, I mean, generally, if you just go to Twitch and you see, I'll look right now. I'll see how many people are watching Call of Duty. It's normally in the top 10, which is good.
Yeah,
top 3 is always reserved for, like, Hearthstone, Dota, and League of Legends.
Right, so, like, the staples, which, yeah. And StarCraft is usually in the top 10, too, right? I would say.
I don't know. I have on my notes here, PC Master Race. I think not.
I think so.
We disagree.
We do disagree.
Call of Duty is number 7 on the list with 27,000
That's not
viewers.
bad. StarCraft's number
below
6.
StarCraft.
But StarCraft is pretty staple. Like, it's a staple. Like, people always watch.
So the top 5, as always predicted, League of Legends, Counter-Strike, Hearthstone, Dota 2, Minecraft, StarCraft, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, gaming talk shows, which is always there for some reason, and then Arma 3.
Yeah. Interesting.
Let's find Destiny. Destiny is out of the top 20. It looks like it's the top 22nd.
Yeah.
Behind NBA 2K16. Who watches...
And Bloodborne, which is awesome game, but it's not a I guess it is a multiplayer to an extent, but that's been out forever. FIFA is above
FIFA 16, Bloody Trapland, I don't know what that is. Grand Theft Auto 5 is above it. Destiny is dead.
I know. And I'm cool with it. We're not fans. I mean, if you've been listening to us for a while, you've realized we're not really fans of Destiny anymore. We enjoyed it, and we put hours into it, and I'm fine with the fact that I put that much hours into it because there was literally nothing else,
and we had a lot of fun,
and it was a good time.
But now it's not fun anymore.
But it's over now. That time has passed. We have moved on. Sorry, Destiny. We're broken up. Let's move forward.
Anyway, PC Master Race, I think not.
Okay,
listen, the reason I put this is because Kotaku came out with an article that says every month month.
On average.
12 on average.
Yeah.
That's 12 times a year.
Yep.
There are 77,000 Steam accounts that get hacked.
Yeah, and specifically,
hijacked.
I talked about people who partake in like item trading and do the money market stuff, where you can get like an in-game achievement and then you can sell it for real money. That disproportionately affects them.
Listen, what you said was, this has never happened to me, so I don't believe it.
Okay. No. You were like, oh, every single person who gets hacked loses all their games and all their money, and they don't get their stuff back. That's what he said. And then I read the article, and it said, we will give back games and any money lost. Love, Valve. That's literally what it's not literally what it says, but it's paraphrasing what it says. So I don't think it's as big of a deal as what you're making out.
However,
that's a ridiculous amount of security breaches.
I think I read in here that they said instead of going after the people hijacking, they're just trying to fix their security settings. There's so many people trying to hack things.
I mean, it's impossible to get that many people out. I mean, I think that's a ridiculously high amount of money, and Valve needs to fix that. Not money, accounts.
People.
But, I mean, What
other ways are there to buy and play games on PC other than buying an actual disc?
EA Origin is the only competitor, and that's only EA games, because everybody sees Valve as the dominant mode. So really the only competitor is EA Origin, and that's not even a good competitor.
Right.
Because they only have EA games.
Who wants to play those?
I mean, there's some good. Mass Effect's pretty good. I like Mass Effect. And SimCity is fun too.
SimCity. I'm pretty sure the last SimCity was really bad.
It was. I played the old one.
There you go.
It's the good one. Except for traffic patterns were screwed up. But I digress. Still think PC is the master race in terms of the quality of gaming, where you can get the ridiculously high FPSs on ultra graphics.
Whoa.
However, security-wise, I would agree that
ultra graphics. I've never played on PC.
You don't even understand. You're in 480p. 480p like standard graphics, and you're like, wow, this is so good. It's in color. And then if you were to go to PC Master Race, you'd be like, holy cow, 120 frames per second, ultra high graphics. This game can look this pretty. And then you'd be like, PC Master Race.
I played Half-Life 1 for like an hour on my PC on my laptop in college.
So not a gaming PC.
No, it was my laptop.
Okay. See, that's not even the same.
I'm like, I don't know how to use my fingers in this way, so I quit.
Yeah, I grew up playing FPSs on a keyboard and a mouse, so I'm used to that. So it's actually pretty. I pick it up pretty quickly. I actually preferred it for a long time, and I feel like if I was dedicated to FPSs on PC, I would be dedicated. But all my friends have consoles.
You think if we both played PC, would I still be better at you at FPSs?
Probably, because what makes you good at FPSs is you take into account like I guess I consider it like macro stuff, like above the game things, like lanes inside the maps.
The meta.
Like it's like the meta game. Like you have a better understanding of the game at large and how the multiplayer is supposed to play. I usually just like run around and shoot things. So
Leroy Jenkins.
Essentially, I'm like Zoidberg running around with like claws going whoop, 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 the whole time. Which I usually am positive. I'm a lot better than some of our friends. Okay, that's awkward.
Wow, all right.
Nobody listens to us. I'm pretty good at this.
The League of Legends finals in October garnered 36 million views.
Wait. What was that number?
36 million.
30. That's a butt ton of people.
That's a lot.
That's like over 10% of the population of the United States.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sure. But it was in, I believe it was in Germany, so it probably wasn't people from the United States.
Probably not. I mean, they're probably
I believe that's just viewers online.
Yeah.
I compare this to 2015 NBA Finals Game 6, which only had 23 million views.
Yeah.
So,
esports.
13 million more views for the League of Legends, and that's just an October final.
6th.
That's an October final. That's not like the biggest League of Legends tournament of the year.
I'm telling you. We're telling you, people, esports is growing.
That's right. Speaking of esports, speaking of EA and esports, they're creating a competitive gaming sector. They got a guy, I can look real quick. I don't care to look.
Okay.
They got a guy that's known for esports, and now they're doing some esports things on EA.
Nice.
I'm like, what games does EA have that would be competitive? Not a whole bunch.
I mean, sports games.
Yeah, but
what's the point of a sports game is to emulate the sport that people watch. Why would people want to watch a sports game?
I know they have FIFA tournaments, but they couldn't have like an NBA 2K tournament.
Like I don't see why people would even watch a tournament of like NBA 2K15 or like FIFA when it's modeling itself off of the real sport.
Yeah.
Not saying that.
So like people watch like League of Legends because what is that?
Right.
Or Call of Duty or CS:GO because
it's unique.
Yeah.
But those are based off competitive games that you watch anyways. So I maybe that's a little bit like genre-ist where I'm like, maybe sports games suck, but
that's true, they do.
I do like. I mean, I like NBA 2K games, but
NBA Street.
I've never played it.
Oh,
dude, NBA Jam though on Sega Genesis, it was
that.
so good. Classic.
There was a football game. I can't remember the football game. Blitz. I think it was just Blitz. Just called Blitz.
Yeah.
And you put in a cheat code. I played with my friend. He owned it. And he knew all the cheat codes by like memory, and I didn't always look at them.
Yeah.
You always had to put them in real quick during the loading screen.
Yeah.
And I was never quick enough, but you could change it to like, instead of football players, you'd be robots.
Nice.
And you go around and like, no matter, there are no penalties in that game. So you just go around with like robots and like rip people's limbs off.
That is literally the best thing I've heard today. Not really, but that's awesome. I'm about to go watch Star Wars, so that's going to be definitely better. But
so should I lowball you now and give you a whole bunch of depressing things?
Yeah.
And then
you need to even me out because I've been so pumped all day.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Speaking of Star Wars, ESPN, owned by Disney, as we just discussed, they aired the history of the lightsaber on their ESPN channel.
Yeah, can we just take a second and just look at how ridiculously meticulous Disney is at promoting Star Wars? How much effort they've put into promoting Star Wars?
I don't watch TV.
Okay.
So I don't see... Either way,
it's
Star Wars comes out today in the United States. It's already came out in other places.
Yeah.
I have been avoiding social media and things.
Yeah, I have been too, actually. I've been
thinking about going to the movie theater right next to my apartment and seeing if they have an extra ticket for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 7:30.
Yeah.
But I was also planning on going tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So if they have one, maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I just... Disney has been ridiculous with all their advertisements. Not just online, like... there's, like, the Duracell commercial got really popular.
Leak spoiler!
Because we think...
Ray is force sensitive.
We are not sure. We haven't seen the movie yet, but we're pretty sure that it was a spoiler.
Duracell wouldn't lie to us.
I know, right? We trust Duracell.
Astronauts use Duracell.
Yeah, because they trust it.
Yeah.
Because it's the one that's
Is that their logo? Trusted?
I can't remember what it is. But either way, just that, and then I'm thinking of the Hollywood release at the Chinese theater. You know, like the big release. They had...
Are you going to spoil something?
They had half a mile of, like, tent space. They put a tent over half a mile, like like 5 blocks worth of tent.
In China?
No, in L.A., in Hollywood.
Oh.
In Hollywood, the Chinese theaters where they always have the world premiere of movies. And it was the 14th.
Specifically the biggest movie of all time?
Yeah.
Which Star Wars will be?
They put a tent for freaking half a mile.
Answer my question.
Yes.
Okay.
It will break every record. It already broke records in Norway and Sweden for the most grossing film in a single day.
Is it going to beat Avatar?
Yes.
Avatar and Titanic.
Yes.
Is J.J. Abrams going to beat James Cameron?
Yes.
We'll find out. Next time.
Oh my gosh, on Underpaid Gamers Podcast! I'm so excited. It's ridiculous. They promote it so much, and they really do need to make it a success because they spent $4 billion buying the franchise from Lucasfilm.
Listen,
from George Lucas.
J.J. Abrams is a good artist.
Yes.
He does a lot of good things.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's learned from things on Star Trek.
I definitely think he has.
Super 8 and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
However, even though he is that big, I don't know if his name is that big.
I think if this movie goes well, he will be a household name like Christopher Nolan or like Michael Bay. Not that Michael Bay is good, but he's like a household name. People know Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, explosions,
hot girls and explosions.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox and
Only
explosions
Megan Fox.
equals lots of money. Because Michael Bay is really good at making lots of money off a movie.
He did Independence Day,
like Transformers.
Yeah, that's
he banks money on those all the time. But
I went to the first Transformers because I loved Transformers as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think the first Transformer was that bad.
That's Emily's favorite movie of all time. Transformers.
Has she? Oh
Has she ever seen another movie? Yeah, she has. I can't convince her to like another movie.
That's weird. I don't know anybody whose favorite movie is the first Transformers.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
she really likes Bumblebee.
movie. But
she's like, I like the yellow Camaro. She knows more about it than that. I'm not giving her credit. She's like, I like Bumblebee. If you ask her, she's like, I like Bumblebee. That's it.
Huh. Not Optimus Prime?
I don't like his flame paint job. Like, what the heck is that? And his face looks weird. They should have just gone back to his face plate.
Yeah.
Like, covered up half his face. Mm-hmm. He doesn't need lips.
He doesn't.
What do you need lips for?
I don't know. It seems unnatural.
Anyway, ESPN
is
showed the lightsaber. And also, I was watching a commercial for them at work, because that's the only place where I see TV.
Yeah.
And they were doing, like, this montage clips of, like, sports moments and all this stuff. And there was esports littered in throughout their sports highlights.
Really?
Right.
ESPN had esports?
It wasn't like top 10 plays of it was like a quick ESPN commercial, like a 30-second ad for ESPN.
Okay.
But they had like an esports clip or two. I'm like, what? Or I don't know if it was people. I don't know if it showed gameplay of esports, but it showed people with headsets in front of computers. I'm like, that's esports.
That is esports.
That's League or Dota
or yeah.
Yes, CS:GO. I don't think it was CS:GO though.
Interesting.
They were Asian, which is why I don't think it's CS:GO.
Oh, maybe it was StarCraft then.
Maybe.
Because there was a big scandal with StarCraft and cheating a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
It's a scandal. We love scandals in America. What else we got?
Hideo Kojima officially
is gone.
Is done with Konami.
They're split ways.
Me and Emily talked about it last week. I don't know if you listened to the episode, but he was not invited. He was not allowed to.
No, it was a nasty divorce.
Yeah.
It was a nasty divorce.
Officially done with Konami.
Konami took all the kids, too, and all the money.
What kids?
Metal Gear Solid. And Silent Hill, his two big franchises.
Oh. Well,
I mean, they're stuck with Konami.
He made them.
He did make them.
Now he's signed on with Sony, and he's going to do, VR stuff, virtual reality. He's going to do all this other stuff.
Specifically, he made his own production studio. His name Productions, which is, going to be published through Sony. So he has a lot of... Sony's not going to have any say in... huge production, or in the games themselves, but they are going to be the ones that end up publishing it and have, the physical side. So, from what I read, he has a lot more freedom now with Sony.
He can do whatever the heck he wants.
He can do whatever the heck he wants, as opposed to Konami, where he felt, obviously, a little abrasive with the whole
I don't know what happened with him. I don't know why they broke up, because Metal Gear Solid 5 was fantastic.
It was. It was a great game.
It still is.
I mean, I'm not done with it yet.
Neither am I, because you have my copy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's awkward.
There's two more things I want to talk about. I'll let you choose.
Okay.
Which one we talk about first?
Okay.
Black Ops 3 update.
Okay.
Or a little bit more about Batman vs. Superman.
Let's do Batman vs. Superman, then move into Black Ops. And then I have one thing I want to talk about.
Okay. So, Batman vs. Superman, I was listening to some podcasts, doing some research. So, in the trailer, everyone is in this trailer. Batman, Superman, Lex Luthor, Doomsday, which you don't know much about.
I don't.
You don't know anything about?
I saw him in the trailer.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Let me tell you about Doomsday. I did some research.
Tell me about
Wikipedia'd him. Or DCpedia'd him? I don't know whichever one.
The PDF. Or...
Yeah. So, Doomsday essentially is... He has a really interesting origin story.
Mm-hmm.
It was back on Krypton before it was civilized.
Yeah.
There was a scientist there. And there was this baby, just like a regular baby, sitting out on the Krypton. It would die because Krypton is a giant death trap, just monsters and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The baby would die. The doctor would take the bones of the baby, bring it back in, clone it, and then after the clone would be stronger than the original baby. Did that repetitively until eventually the baby became immune to whatever killed it.
Okay.
And then that eventually turned into Doomsday. And because it just, obviously it's just dying and reliving, all it knows inside of its body is hate and rage and violence.
Oh, sweet.
So Doomsday is this thing where he immediately becomes immune to whatever kills it. So he goes through and he destroys all of Krypton. He destroys the doctor that made him. He kills him. He goes off and fights Darkseid for a little bit, which is a huge villain.
Yeah. Now, does he still come back to life if he dies?
Yeah. He is indestructible.
Okay.
Is the thing. There's a part where he was fighting somebody and they used laser vision on him and they killed him and then he came back. So now he's immune to Superman's laser vision, something that.
No.
So Doomsday is in Batman vs. Superman, as we have seen in the trailer, because they just felt like spoiling everything.
Yeah.
However, the Doomsday saga is part of the Death of Superman story.
Is that the path DC is on?
Maybe.
No.
So Doomsday and Superman duke it out, and Doomsday kills Superman, which in comic book terms means Superman's knocked out for like 3 days instead of actually
for a while.
But he dies, so I'm kind of hoping that's kind of what happens in this. But I also am fairly certain it's just like a Justice League Part 1 movie. Like, Wonder Woman's there, Batman's there, Superman's going to be there. You can pretty much guarantee that Flash is going to be there, and Aquaman probably.
Dude,
Martian Manhunter has already shown up, and Supergirl.
Looks freaking awesome.
Doesn't he?
He's Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
They made him look amazing for Aquaman. I'm so excited. Aquaman I always thought was really a dumb character.
Yeah.
Until I got older, then I started reading up on him, and he's actually kind of a cool character.
I mean, he's alright.
But they make him look
sick.
So cool.
Dark. Anyway, so hopefully this is the Death of Superman. Maybe Batman vs. Superman is just a Part 1, but they left the Part 1 out.
Yeah,
maybe there's going to be a second one.
It could be. I think that'd be an interesting turn for DC to take. Maybe a better way to approach Superman, because there is a feeling that Superman is overpowered and that Superman is overused.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
me.
Yeah.
I say that. Everything you see on the internet is literally me typing that.
So I think maybe this would be a good choice.
To kill him?
To kill Superman.
It'd be awesome.
Because they'll reboot him in like 20 years, but...
Well, I mean, he'll just come back.
Eventually.
In Part 2, if there is a Part 2, he'll just come back. But I was also thinking, another theory is, what if Doomsday is very similar to Rhino and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield?
So he just shows up for a while?
So he just shows up right at the very end to like unite the heroes, and what if they just end like that?
Yeah. Potentially.
Which would also lead into another movie. I mean, they'd end on a cliffhanger, which would be stupid, which I would not like. But that's a thought. That maybe it's just he jumps out of the building like that, and they square off against him, and then it fades to black.
Yeah. I mean, that's very plausible. Their goal is to make money, so they're going to try and draw everything out. So, wow. Doomsday. Yeah,
I
didn't know his origin story. That's interesting.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, is it just a baby that was cloned over and over again? And then, like, I mean, I guess Krypton's just like this harsh.
I kind of thought Krypton was completely destroyed in like asteroids now.
Krypton, this was before it was civilized. So this was even before like Superman was there.
Okay, I thought it was after Superman was on Earth.
No.
Okay.
This was before Superman was even thought of. Before he was a bun in the oven.
Gotcha.
Yep. I lied to you when I said 2 things after 3 things.
Oh no, you freaking liar.
So we're going to talk about Destiny for a little bit.
Another customer.
Destiny, I don't know if you clicked on my link, has introduced... Okay, so most games these days have microtransactions. You can pay real money to get small amounts of things.
Right, like dance moves, new themes.
Destiny's even done microtransactions.
Yeah, which we've talked about on the podcast.
Which you can do dance moves, stuff like that. They just introduced what I like to call a macro transaction.
So big transaction.
Yes.
What does that big transaction do?
You can pay $30 to get a boost to level 25.
Wait, you pay to level up?
Yes.
I hate this.
You pay $30 and you get boosted to level 25.
I hate this.
It might count for all 3 characters, I'm not sure. I read it and I said, this is stupid. Why would you ever do that? I guess the current level cap is at level 40.
Okay.
Okay, so it's available for each of the 3 classes. But that's insane. Because there's talks about how this is directed specifically for the people that are going to get Destiny for Christmas.
I understand the mentality behind it, but at this point, that is so cheap.
Like, some people might think, if they get to level 25, that's going to be such a grind, I don't want to do that. Sure, I'll just pay $30 to get to it. But people that have played Destiny know it doesn't take that long.
It doesn't.
I created the Titan class.
A little bit of a grind.
In one day, I got to level 18.
Yeah.
Then after that. So, I don't know. This is insane. The fact that they think... hopefully, nobody pays $30 to get to level 25. Because that's insane.
It's cheap. Part of the game is to level up.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily how it works, but if you get to level 25, you still go back and do all the story missions? What happens to all the gear that you've collected?
And doesn't that just devalue the experience that people have had before?
Destiny always says it's an in-game experience. We've always said that the real game starts after level 20. We can start doing things. But I would never pay $30 extra to get to level 25 for free. Like, what happened to all the months of lights you get, or all this other stuff?
Yeah. I don't know.
I only personally know one person that plays Destiny anymore.
Do I know this person too?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much our entire friend group, gaming group,
has moved on
to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Like,
so who knows what's going to happen?
Man, I'm a little bit disappointed in Destiny. I thought Bungie was better than that, but I'm
You
continually
thought
proven wrong.
Come on,
Bungie. We don't like that. Underpaid Gamers
Underpaid
Podcast.
Gamers.
2 thumbs straight down.
We have 4 thumbs, but we only gave you 2.
Because that's how much we disrespect this move.
I won't lift a hand for this.
I won't do anything.
Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3 update. See, I was really excited because I was in the middle of doing something and I got a text from Tony, and Tony was like, Black Ops 3 update. And I was like, oh, interesting. Cool, we get some fixes for the stupid matchmaking that keeps kicking me off. And then he said, you can have a wrench.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh! I was so excited. Obviously, it's more than that. Could you elaborate on what they added?
I don't have the patch on it, so I'll just think, what do I remember?
Yep.
They added a lot. They kind of revamped the crypto key system now. So instead of buying, like, you have the 10 crypto key jar and the 30 crypto key jar.
Yeah.
They now made a higher chance of getting, like, rares, legendaries, and epics, and the rare chest.
Okay.
30.
So it made it more worth it.
And then also, you get into, like, a lottery type thing, where if you buy the rare one, it gives you back a certain amount of crypto keys. I think the most being 30.
Okay.
The average is, like
5 or 10.
5 through 15, something like that.
Yeah.
I get 7 every once in a while. They did that. They added a new brass knuckles. They added a butterfly knife, and they added a wrench, which you can use in place of a combat knife. It's all one-hit kills.
Interesting.
I have yet to get the wrench, but
I want the wrench.
I want it really bad.
Brass knuckles is cool, but the wrench, classic.
Oh, they added microtransactions.
Uh-oh. You gotta be kidding me.
So you can buy COD points, I think is what they call them. 200 COD points gets you a rare chest. And I think 200 COD points cost like $2.
So the microtransactions only go to the drops.
Yeah.
The market thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The black market.
That's acceptable.
Yeah.
Don't go any further. Gosh dang it.
Unfortunately, I just prestiged to level prestige 6 literally today before he came over.
Yeah.
And generally how it used to be is every prestige you get a new creator class slot.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. On the 5th prestige, you would have 10 creator class slots.
Yeah.
Now that I'm on the 6th prestige, I kind of expected 11.
Yeah.
But it just unlocked a place for me to then purchase 10 more with COD points.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? After all that work?
I mean, I'm still going to probably get master prestige.
I know, but it just seems ridiculous.
And it's not it comes with the game. It's not like I'm...
What, COD points?
Oh, no. But, like, prestiging just comes with it. Like, I'm going to level up anyway.
I know. I mean, I understand that part of it. It just seems dumb that after prestiging 6 times that they would say, okay, you're not good enough yet. You got to pay money.
No, I mean, I still have 10 creator class slots. And I use, like,
I know.
5 guns.
It's marginal. It's on the edge, but okay. Still. I just think it's still dumb.
They also added the thing where if you get to Master Prestige, which is Prestige 10, I believe, you can then level up past level 55.
What?
So you eventually see people like level 66. Goes all the way to level 1000.
No way! That's awesome! I love it!
You can change your Prestige icon.
Yeah.
I think you unlock them.
If you get to 1000?
No, to any level past Master Prestige.
Right.
Like, you unlock them with every sequential level or whatever, every 5 or 10 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They can be the Prestige icon from any other Treyarch game.
No way!
Yeah,
that's
so
some
cool stuff. So
like
they add a lot of cool stuff. They add these COD points, which I don't really think affects it that much.
Mm-hmm.
But they add a lot of just fun place stuff.
I like that.
They buff some kill streaks and stuff like that. But
yeah, I heard they rebalanced the guns. Have you noticed any different gunplay? Or
specifically, they rebalanced the suppressor. So now I run suppressor on everything. It used to reduce range on most guns by 50%, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Now I put it on the Cuda and it's barely noticeable. Now I'm just silent everywhere I go.
Interesting.
I got the what is it called? Dark Matter camo, which is getting diamond with everything. We talked about that before.
Yeah, when you sent me that Snapchat, I was like, respect.
Now I'm working on getting the hero gear for every specialist. I think I have 4 or 5 of them done. of the 9, so I'm working.
I'm like halfway to my 2nd prestige.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we played with this one guy, Epic Tim. He's almost caught up to me. I just pursued my 6th prestige. He pursued last night to his 5th prestige.
Yeah.
So I need to stop hanging out with these top prestiges because I need to.
You need to take
I need
over.
to be number 1.
You need to take over, be the all-star.
That's right.
Yeah. Didn't Epic Tim get like mentioned in the video? Or
oh yeah.
He got like a top kill streak thing.
White Boy 7th Street puts out a video like top 5 plays of the week or whatever, and Epic Tim, the guy we play with, submitted a clip to White Boy 7th Street. White Boy 7th Street has like 2 million subs on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim was on it. He was actually number 1 on the clip. So he was using the Argus on CTF, and he got
a ridiculous kill streak.
He got like 2 4-pieces and 2 flag returns and stuff like that
in one lap.
Yeah,
in like a ridiculous.
It was in like 15 seconds of each other.
Yeah, it was some clutch play
so
by
nice.
Epic Tim. Good job,
I actually played. The only person I've ever gone in a lobby with that was famous was White Boy 7th Street.
Yeah.
And it was on Destiny.
No way.
It was on Control on Rusted Lands, I remember. Because the only person I ever knew that watches White Boy 7th Street of our friends is Epic Tim.
Yeah.
So I sent him a Snapchat. I'm like, look who I'm with.
No way.
And then White Boy 7th Street backed out. It's unfortunate, but I would try to see if he was streaming. I don't think he was. I'm like, I'm
so he's just playing for fun?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that's fun. Black Ops 3, you've been out of it.
I have. It's been a couple weeks. I've been really busy. Been really busy the last couple weeks.
Star Wars prep?
No, just school. Just school stuff. Work. Been gone. Went on that retreat. Obviously, gave Emily a chance to make it onto the digital airwaves.
Yeah.
So I listened to the first 10 minutes of it.
Wow.
And that was it.
Thanks.
So some of my students today were like, "You have a podcast?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, you don't know?"
Yeah, where you guys been?
I was like, "I'm an internet star." And they're like, "What? No way!" And then, 3 of them at the same time started playing it. And so I heard it, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" They're like, "Wait, you're not in this episode?" I was like, "Nope," because it didn't interview with Emily. So I just started laughing. I was like, "Laptops off."
You got him.
I got him. I got him real good.
Listen to my podcast, but not right now.
Yeah, exactly. But we got those 3 plays. What's up? So the one thing I wanted to talk about before we head into our discussion, I guess, of our main topic, which I'm still confused a little bit about, is
because it hasn't happened yet.
Because it just hasn't happened. We don't know what's going to happen. Today we're recording on the 17th of December, which is the night that Star Wars Episode 7 drops.
That's right.
I am going to go see Star Wars Episode 7 in less than 4 hours. And so I just wanted to put in stone, we've talked about this before, but here are my predictions.
False. Before that, you've been playing the Battle of Jakku DLC for Battlefront.
Well, I didn't know if that was what we were talking about or not.
No, just talk about your Battlefront.
Okay.
I have no experience in Battlefront.
Before I talk about my predictions for the movie, I will talk about Star Wars Battlefront, the DLC Battle of Jakku. First off, Battle of Jakku adds one large map to, I think, 2 different game rotations, and one small map to the smaller map game rotations. I have not played any of the small game modes because I don't generally like them, and so I don't have any experience with the smaller map. However, the bigger map and the game mode Turning Point, which is the new mode that was added.
Oh, time out. I saw
stellar.
You playing that yesterday, and I invited you to my party, and you ignored me. I don't know if you're at your PS4. I assume you weren't, and it would be in your best interest to tell me that you were not at your PS4.
I was not at my PS4.
But I invited you 3 different times, and you just ignored me. And I'm like, wow, cool.
I was playing.
Can't believe that.
Either way, amazing map. Holy cow. Beautiful. The background, lots of stuff going on.
Wait, what's Jakku look like?
Jakku looks like Tatooine, except for littered with everything.
Tatooine is the desert planet?
Tatooine is a desert planet. I would say that Jakku has a slightly different feel in terms of the color of everything. It's more of I would say reddish. I feel like Tatooine is more of just straight up sand dunes everywhere. But though there are valleys and ravines because we see that in the movies. But Jakku, the difference is that the entire landscape is littered with Star Destroyers and Mon Calamari and cruisers and Curlian Corvettes and TIE Fighter carcasses and AT-ST carcasses and AT-AT carcasses. It's just littered with essentially a battlefield. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And the thing that's nice about the map, balance-wise, is that you get this really open feel to the map, which is like classic Battlefield type-esque, where you can have somebody sniping from one side of the map to the other, which can be really fun. But there's enough cover in it to where if you want it to feel more like a close-knit map, you can. Because you can use the terrain. Like, there's enough cover that you can get from one side of the map to the other without getting sniped. But at the same time, if you're dumb and don't use cover, you could be sniped. So it's like it's a fun map because of the openness of it, but at the same time, all the cover and how you can use it, and you can get on everything. So there's like in the first part of Turning Point, the mode, there are 3.
What time are you going to go see Star Wars tonight?
I'm going at 8:30.
8:30.
But I'm going to have to eat before.
I'm currently looking at tickets to buy.
Good luck. Either way, just beautiful game, beautiful map. I think it's a well-balanced map. The game mode is a lot of fun as well.
Where are you sitting?
I'm sitting...
Any of these spots?
No. What G? I'm in row G.
Well, none of these have letters.
I'm in the middle.
Oh!
I'm
Whoa,
in
you're that close?
No, that's far away.
Oh, that's a screen!
Yeah. You can sit right there. Not behind us. Either way, we're recording our podcast right now, and I don't think they care about what seat I have.
People want to know that I'm going to Star Wars. And they also want to know how much I procrastinated to get my tickets.
Yeah.
Because I was literally not excited to see Star Wars until yesterday.
Why did you wait so long?
I watched a video of a review of it, a spoiler-free review, and he said, it's alright. And I said, no, I'm really excited to go see it.
He said it's alright, and then you're excited.
Like, I want to go so bad.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you don't care about the Battle of Jakku, but for those of you who play...
I have not played Battlefront, other than the beta.
Yeah. Either way, if you do watch it, play it, and you enjoy it, if you've enjoyed what's out so far, I think you'll find Turning Point to be your favorite, because out of all the game modes, now that it's come out, I only play Turning Point because it is so much fun.
So now with this new DLC, would you say that if someone didn't like the game, this would be their turning point?
I see what you did there. Clever.
Yeah, it was telegraphed from like a mile away.
I saw it coming. It was pigeoned.
Yes or no?
I would say...
Will this reinstill your faith in the game?
Now, are you asking this, I recommend it to you, or to the average person?
The average person. Because I'm pretty sure not a lot of people play Battlefront anymore. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to Twitch right now and see how many people are...
Okay, is that how you're judging it based off Twitch?
I saw an article the other day about how there's not a big community on it anymore.
Interesting.
But I can't tell you the numbers, so I'm just going to go to
Twitch. I mean, that's the only game I've been playing for a while.
5.5 thousand viewers on Twitch.
I mean, it's only one behind Fallout 4.
Destiny
is
It's above Destiny. Wait,
so
where the heck is Destiny? Destiny is no longer in the top 20. Destiny is barely, not even in the top 30 anymore. Destiny blows.
Is right now even a good time to be using Twitch? I mean, when's the peak time for Twitch?
5 o'clock on what day is it? Thursday?
Yeah.
I think.
That's pretty good. That's not
anywhere between after school and like 10 o'clock.
1 in the morning.
Maybe. I assume most people that watch Twitch are high school students.
Right.
Or college students.
I mean, I think, I still play it all the time, but I don't know what the community's like. Because I don't really engage the community.
Is this Battle Jakku right here?
That is not. That has a sand crawler.
I don't want to go to any Star Wars thing. I don't want to be spoiled.
I know. I'm always afraid. Like, I've been avoiding Instagram. I've been avoiding Twitter. I've been avoiding every nerd website that I usually gander on. And gander. I mean, I feel like taking a gander is like taking a
goose and a gander.
I guess.
A goose?
A goose-ander?
A goose and a gander. A gander is a male goose.
And a deer?
No.
Gandier?
Alright, so here's the thing.
So Jakku is fun. I would say that it adds a lot of value to the game.
Any more weapons?
Nope. They rebalanced them, though.
Any more vehicles?
No. No, I just think the game mode is fun. Like, the multiplayer experience is fun.
If they added...
And the map is a really good map. It's probably my favorite map.
If they added an emote, specifically for Hoth, and it was a throw-in a snowball animation, yay or nay? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I would give it a thumbs up.
This one?
Yeah.
Like Yeah, it's all right.
Because really, people only do emotes at the very beginning of each game.
Really?
Yeah.
No one does it at the end? No victory dance?
No. I mean, some people do. I've seen really funny things online of people like being like in bubble shields and then taunting each other and then going into a melee fight. Like, that was really funny. And I've done it to confuse people before. Like, one time I had a bubble shield and this guy was shooting at me, and then I just started doing the electric one. I was like, blah! And he makes a sound, and so I thought it was really funny. Then I killed him.
Yeah, you killed him.
Which is like the best feeling in the world when you taunt somebody with something and then you kill them.
It's like future teabag.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the better teabag.
There you go.
So I really enjoy Battlefront. I still don't understand why everybody hates it so much, but I think the only negative thing really is the lack of maps. And I know some people, like, I know you don't like it because of the lack of blasters. So there's 11 different weapons in the game.
That's not my jam.
But for me, like, I don't, like, that argument doesn't work for me because if I'm comparing it to another game I like that's a shooter, it's Call of Duty, and I literally use, like, 3 guns in that game. So it doesn't really make a difference for me.
You know what's funny? I have Dark Matter in Call of Duty, and people will ask me, like, hey, what's that gun like? I'll be like, I don't know. I don't remember. I've used every single gun, and I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Do you not have, like, favorites that you go to?
No, I do. Sometimes.
Yeah. See, that's, like, with Call of Duty, last time I played before the rebalance, Inmate A1, when I unlocked that. A7. Really good. Love that gun.
Yes. I told you about that. I said,
you
I
did.
love that gun. And you said, yeah.
And you were like, you're gonna like it. And then I really liked it.
Word.
I like, what was it?
The LMG.
Yeah, one of the LMGs. Gorgon. The Gorgon is ridiculous. I used the Havoc for a while.
That's a good one, too.
I like the Havoc. And I really don't particularly like any of the SMGs that much. I've used all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather have an assault rifle.
There you go. I don't blame you.
So,
they're good.
And shotguns are fun.
I don't think I'd use a shotgun.
I like the Argus. I know you hate the Argus, but I love the Argus.
Hate it.
It's my go-to shotgun.
Anyway, tonight, in a couple hours, for you, 3.5.
Yes.
You will be sitting down.
And I will be peeing my pants with excitement.
See, listen, you should go to the
wearing a
bathroom
diaper
first.
I'm going to wear a diaper.
You need to go to the
I'm not
bathroom
missing
first.
anything.
Go to the bathroom first. Are you going to get your giant popcorn and giant drink?
Yes.
Good luck.
Do
you know how long the movie is?
I don't, actually. And I'm okay with it. I don't want to know. Because they don't have, like, the temporal
It was like
timer.
45 minutes.
I'll be so giddy. I'll be like, yeah, wait, 45 minutes? It's got to be at least 2 hours. It's that's
2.5 hours would be awesome.
Every single Star Wars movie, at least the original trilogy, all of them are like 2 hours. So,
listen, predictions?
Predictions.
What do you think?
Okay.
Kylo Ren, son of Han Solo?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Kylo Ren and
Rey,
brother, sister of Han and Leia.
This is your prediction.
My prediction. Second prediction.
Spoiler alert, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, it's a prediction. We don't know if it's going to happen. Han Solo or Chewbacca is going to die.
Oh.
More likely, Han Solo.
Hopefully. More hopefully.
So it's going to be one or the other. I think it'll be Han, but it might be Chewie. So those are two. I think Luke Skywalker will not be Kylo Ren. I don't think he's going to be a Dark Lord. That theory is dumb. Literally, Return of the Jedi, Yoda puts Luke on a path saying, "You are the last Jedi. Pass on what you have learned." Like, how else?
But he also says, if you leave now, you'll turn to the dark side.
That's true.
And he does. He leaves now.
But that's Empire Strikes Back. But he comes back. He's fine.
Listen, I watched Return of the Jedi like a week or two ago, and I dozed off when Yoda was dying. This is so boring.
I've watched Return of the Jedi twice in the last week.
That's rough. You watched it in class today, I saw.
Yeah, that's why. I showed my one of my classes. So those are 3 predictions that I am making now before I go see the movie.
R2-D2, alive or dead?
Will be alive.
The whole time? What about BB-8?
BB-8 will be cute, and everyone will love BB-8. But everyone will still have a little part of their heart.
I don't know how BB-8 works. How does his head stay on this?
I don't know, but apparently it's a real thing. Like there was this. So I don't know if you know this. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that.
The chair is squeaking.
This chair is really squeaking over here. So the R2-D2 that they're using in this movie,
BB-8
and the BB-8.
Oh, okay.
So apparently there's this fan group that used to make like remote controlled R2-D2s and droids and stuff. Mm-hmm. And Abrams hired them to make BB-8.
Really?
Yeah. So they're like a legit company now that makes droids and robots and things for movies. And so they made BB-8. And apparently, like because BB-8 showed up at the Star Wars big events. And he like rolled out on stage.
He having like sand in his joints?
No, I think they cleaned him.
Rollers?
Gave him a good old oil bath.
There you go.
Like, whatever that is. I don't know. Either way, it's real. Like it's a physical prop that moves around. And I think that's awesome. I love real effects.
Here's the thing. I've seen all the Star Wars movies.
I know you have.
I rewatched the original trilogy recently, within the past month.
Yeah.
There's some things I'm like, that's interesting. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm going to go see this, there's going to be a lot of things that just go way over my head.
Okay.
I'll be like, people will be like, that's a reference to that. That's a reference to that. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, and I think that was like a fear for a lot of people is that it's going to be too much, like, because Abrams said specifically he wants it to be geared towards Star Wars fans.
Yeah. Which is everybody.
Which is a lot of people. But I did on the 14th when it dropped in Hollywood and they had the whole red carpet event. I was looking at Twitter for
No.
No. I went to CNN.com and they had like non-spoiler reactions.
Did they lie?
No, none of them were spoilers. And they had like a list of tweets from like critics and things. And one of them said, amazing flick for person who's not seen Star Wars before. Like it's good for both Star Wars fans and non-Star Wars fans. Either way, it's going to be classic, is what it said. And then Rob Lowe said really good things about it too. Which, if you don't know who Rob Lowe is, he's in Parks and Rec, which is what I'm watching through right now on Netflix, and I love him. He's awesome. It is literally the best movie. That's how he would say it in character for Parks and Rec.
As Chris Traeger.
As Chris Traeger.
There you go.
He talks he talks literally like this, and he's super enthusiastic about everything. I'm going to live to be 101 years old. Chris Traeger.
If you haven't seen Parks and Rec,
that makes no sense, and you probably think I'm a weirdo.
I suggest it.
We do.
It's funny.
How many thumbs? We have 4.
At least 3.5.
3.5 up.
For Parks and Rec.
For Parks and Rec. I love Parks and Rec.
The very last episode of Parks and Rec has one of my favorite bands perform in the show.
Mouse Rat?
The Decemberists.
Oh, okay.
They actually got an actual band to perform.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love this band.
I love that show for so many reasons.
Yeah, so Star Wars.
Star Wars, those are my predictions.
What other predictions? Anything else?
I think...
What about the Death Star thing?
I think the Death...
Whatever it's called.
Well, I mean, it's like a planet. It's called the Star Killer Base or something.
Yeah. I was listening to something else.
Yeah.
And people are debating about whether they think there is the Sith or the Empire home base is somewhere in the solar system. Uh-huh. And that planet, that Star Destroyer or whatever it's called, guards that planet, but it's not the same planet.
So their base of operations and the new Death Star, we'll call it, are not the same.
Yes, that's what they said.
So,
they were talking about it, 'cause, like, if you picture it like our solar system, like the Empire's planet would be like Earth, and the Star Killer base would be like Jupiter.
Okay.
So they're different from each other, but the Star Killer base is in orbit because it's a planet-sized thing.
Yeah.
But it's like a shield generator, or it's like a laser that defends anything from the Earth.
Well, from my experience with the books that I read that are now canon, I'm guessing that it's going to be a super weapon and not a defensive thing. My guess is that they're going to do the classic one-up, and they're going to make it not just
two lasers,
planet, just not just a planet
laser
killer,
but
a solar system killer or something like that. Like it kills an entire solar system, like all.
So how does that work? Is it a big old vacuum?
I don't know how it works, but it's sci-fi. They're going to make it work. And magic, transistors.
So there's some sci-fi shows completely want you to suspend disbelief 100%.
Right.
And they say, listen, anything can happen. It's sci-fi.
Right. And
do you think that's going to happen in Star Wars?
I think Star Wars already is. I don't think it has ever came across. Like I feel like Star Trek, it tries really hard to be like realistic sci-fi, where they try and tie it into scientific theories. They try and make it like a plausible future. Not that everything in Star Trek is plausible, because it's not, but I think Star Wars is like a magical fantasy sci-fi.
See,
go ahead.
Star Wars, it's like we're the humans, and we're doing all this with technology, but we're only limited by what us humans can do. I mean, there's Force and stuff, but like Han Solo doesn't have that. Right. In the original trilogy, at least, he might be Force sensitive now, but I doubt it, because Leia is Force sensitive. Yeah. But like, no one in this movie is gonna be like Mr. Fantastic and like stretch their arms that was generally human. Like,
right.
they don't want you to suspend disbelief that there's humans in it.
Right.
So, how far would they just be like, I don't know.
Are you saying, like, how far...
How far are they going to suspend
do they take the magic thing?
Yeah.
Like, I guess how far away is the realism stop? Or
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I just think the way they kind of do it is they want things to happen, and they don't need an explanation as to how that's scientifically possible.
Okay.
They're just going to make some thing up and say, and just like it works, like hyperspace. They don't explain how hyperspace works. Like Star Trek explains how warp works.
Yeah.
They say it like stretches, it like folds space in front of it, and then like it there's a big explanation about how it works. And so they have like theories that say this is tied into this theory that it works. Star Wars, like, how does it work? We don't know, but he can make 0.5 past light speed, whatever that means. There's no explanation.
Starkiller base, yes or no? Exhaust port.
No exhaust port.
So, how's it move?
But they'll fly into it and blow it up.
Really? You think they'll blow it up? You think they'll blow it up this episode?
I'm not sure. See, that's the one I don't know if... They might. I think also I get the feeling that it's a planet. It's a planet with a laser in it.
That's what I'm saying.
So how are they going to blow it up? Take out the core of the planet? Like, how do you do that? I don't know how they're going to blow... Like, I don't know if they can. Like, I think this is taking the Death Star concept and making it way better.
Yeah. Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Evil all the time, or evil then turns to good?
Evil all the time is defeated, revealed, maybe not in this movie, but eventually reveals the mastermind behind it all.
Really? You don't think he's the mastermind? You think
I think somebody's puppet. He's a puppet. Plagueis? I think it's Darth Plagueis, or there's somebody behind.
So you think Kylo Ren will just be defeated? You don't think there's a possibility of him turning to the good side and then fighting against Darth Plagueis? Because, how sensitive to the Force is Finn? Probably not very much if he's Calrissian's son.
Well, that's the whole thing about the Force Awakening, being that it's now blooming up in like lots of new people.
You think?
And also, I guess, the thing we run into is, where does the Force come from? And
Midichlorians!
Right, because that's not canon anymore. Even though it's in the movies, they say that it's not canon.
Really?
J.J. Abrams.
Nice.
He literally said, everything is canon in the movies, except for
that. One spoiler I know, that's not much of a spoiler.
Oh, gosh.
But there's a wink and a nod in The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
To where, like, they essentially break the fourth wall and they say, we're not doing any of this trade crap Federation anymore.
Oh,
we're not doing tariffs. We're not doing embargoes.
You just ruined that.
We're not doing anything.
You ruined that.
No.
I hate you.
No.
Yeah, you did. I
would
have been so happy.
That is no one's favorite part at all.
Dude, it would have been like a small little thing. It'd be like, yes. No. Yes. I don't know. I'm so excited to go see this movie. Man, it's going to be so
I was planning on going tomorrow, but if there's seats open, I might go tonight. But
are you thinking the same place I'm going?
No. I was thinking about the place right next to my place.
Okay.
Which I don't know, because I feel like your theater isn't the best theater, but they serve you food.
The strength of it is you don't have to wait in line for 2 hours.
Yeah.
For an opening release, because you pick your seat.
Would I have to wait in line for 2 hours?
To get a good seat? I mean, the thing with the one here is the one close.
I don't think about that.
Is that you have to wait in line to get a good seat.
Yes, that's true.
The one I go to, you have a seat, so you only have to show up like 15 minutes early. Just to find your seat.
If Emily doesn't want to go, I might just go to the one that you're going to.
I think that would be a good idea.
I would text her, but she lost her phone somewhere.
Well,
I went into the bank that she works at today.
Yeah.
Because I had to deposit some money.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, hey, if you find my phone, like, have you seen it? I'm like, no. And I'm like, if I do, I'll text you.
Oh.
Which is sarcastic. I said sarcastic. I didn't say it really. And then the guy behind the desk is like, that's what I would say.
Nice.
But I would mute it. I'm like, oh, well, sorry.
Our listeners know who Emily is now. That's fun.
That's right. Now I can talk about her.
Now we can talk about her. It's official.
It's official. She is alive.
She is a part of our podcast now, to an extent.
To an extent.
To the extent of, 39 minutes?
Something
I can't remember how long it was. All right, well, any of you listeners out there...
Wait, I have one more prediction.
Oh, no, what is it?
About Kylo Ren, about Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
So Luke Skywalker, did he generate a boot camp for Jedi?
No.
You don't think he has?
I don't think he has. In the old expanded universe, he did. In this, I don't think he will.
You think he's off somewhere?
I think he's a hermit. I think he taught Leia Jedi stuff, and I think he Well, maybe he taught Rey.
What if he taught Kylo?
What if he taught Rey and Kylo, and then he goes off the deep end? And then he goes and hides.
What if he taught Kylo Ren? Maybe he taught both of them. But they're both Han and Leia's daughters. Or
son and daughter. Right.
So he's connected to them.
Right.
Kylo Ren, Luke did such a bad job, he turns to the dark side.
Yeah.
Rey is in hiding from Kylo Ren.
Right.
Kylo Ren then, finds her and everything. That's what the whole premise of the movie is, that he finds her.
Yeah.
And then possibly he turns to the good side. Kylo.
That's an interesting theory. I haven't heard that yet. So
now you have.
Now I have. It would be interesting if it is true that he is Han and Leia's kid, and assuming all these theories are tying together, that would be very interesting. That'd be a fun dynamic to explore, trying to turn him to the good side, because that's essentially the original trilogy with Luke and Anakin or Darth Vader.
It happened to Darth Vader,
and he did at the end,
kind of,
sort of. I mean, enough to save Luke's life and kill the Emperor and bring balance to the Force.
Right.
Which I don't know how that's balanced, but whatever.
That's not balanced.
Unless it's like corruption.
Wait, how is that balanced? Unless Plagueis is still alive in that.
Right.
Because it was unbalanced.
Right.
There was Darth Vader. There was a Chancellor, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And then Darth Plagueis, if he's in there.
If he's still alive.
Well, I guess there's... in the very first movie...
Yeah.
Yoda, Obi-Wan, 2 Jedi. Luke's not a Jedi yet. There are two Sith Lords, so that's balanced.
That we know of in both cases.
Yes.
Because technically, Darth Maul's still alive. We don't know when he dies.
But not when these movies came out.
True.
And then Obi-Wan dies, so it's 2-on-1, and then Yoda dies.
Yeah.
So now it's Luke is the only Jedi,
right.
kind of, if he completed his training.
He is.
So that's 1-on-2, and then Darth Vader kind of turns, so then it's 2-on-1 again in favor of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Unless Plagueis is alive, then it's 2-on-2, in which case you have to add 1 to...
Right, but then Darth Vader dies, and it's just Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
At the very end.
Right.
Which, I don't know... So, Yoda says, if you look at the expanded universe, Yoda says there's always 2, no more, no less. Of Sith. But that started with a certain Sith Lord who started that trend. It was Darth Bane in, the expanded universe.
Did he have...
I don't know.
Is he from Batman? Super ripped?
I was trying to think of the quote. It's you only adopted the darkness. I was born in it. He was the weird, German, not German, but not German. Kind of European bad guy. With a weird accent. Yeah. Either way.
Anyway, Bane.
Apparently, before then, there was a Sith Empire and tons of Sith, just there were tons of Jedi.
Ooh.
So they kind of switched the way they did it. So I don't know. I don't think the whole theory of the 2 Sith and the balance being between Sith and Jedi is all that important. Also, you can kind of view it one way that I think fits the theories would be maybe the Force is supposed to only be light, and the darkness is corruption that takes it out of balance. And so any corruption, which would be the dark side, unbalances the Force. And so you have to eradicate the Sith.
The whole Sith?
The whole Sith to get the corruption out to bring it back to balance. So it's kind of a different way of viewing the word balance. Because that's kind of vague, I mean, that's just what I came up with. I don't know if it's true or if anybody else even agrees with me. But...
Interesting. See, I think it would be fun. I think it could be fun to see Kylo Ren be trained by Luke.
Yeah, and then turn to the dark side.
And turn to the dark side after...
That reflects Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be the new Obi-Wan character. Because he trains Anakin, turns to the dark side.
Yeah.
Then Luke tries it.
But
turns to the dark side.
See, Anakin changed to the dark side because of his love for what's-her-face.
That's true. He had outside reasons.
But I kind of want Kylo Ren to turn because Luke's just a bad teacher.
Oh, yeah?
Or something happens. He's maybe Luke loses his other hand. Maybe Luke just hands over a lightsaber like Obi-Wan does to Luke. Yeah. And Kylo turns it on and bam, Luke's hand is gone. So now Luke is ticked off. He's get out of my face. And Kylo Ren's man, now I'm hurt. Where's this dark side at?
I don't know.
But he also has that lightsaber that's kind of broken a little bit.
Who, Kylo?
It flickers. Yeah.
Yeah, which some people think that might be some Sith artifact or something.
Really? I like his lightsaber.
I do too. There's a lot of theories about Kylo Ren being a Sith artifact collector, which is why he has all those helmets. And that's why the idea is that lightsaber is some ancient lightsaber from some old Sith Lord. Ooh. And so that's why it has the flickering effect to it, is because it's some older model that isn't used anymore. That's more unstable.
It needs to change the bulbs.
Yeah, every
bulb replacement.
Every 100 hours or something.
There you go.
That's fun.
Go to 1 hour or something. Yep. So
that's
I think I'm tapped out on predictions.
I'm so excited. And on the next episode, we'll brag about how many we were right about, which is obviously all of them.
100%.
100% accurate here at Underpaid Gamers Podcast. So, if you would like to join the conversation about predictions for the movie, which you may have already seen it by this time, if you just want to comment, if you want to add into the discussion about maybe the PC Master Race or Battle of Jakku, anything else we talked about today, please leave a comment on SoundCloud or email us at underpaidgamerspodcast@gmail.com.
I'm at Twitter all the time for us at UP Gamers Podcast. Email we just talked about, underpaidgamerspodcast@gmail. SoundCloud, again, just search for Underpaid Gamers. We're also on iTunes, just search for Underpaid Gamers. All free downloads. Stitcher, Underpaid Gamers again, and then IGN forums every once in a while.
Very rarely. I haven't been on there in a while. I was kind of leading that one up. But you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and coming soon.
Not yet.
Okay, we won't announce it.
Next week.
It's too exciting.
Next week, we have a surprise.
Surprise is coming!
Next week, we will probably talk about Star Wars a little bit.
We will.
Talk about,
assuredly,
we're going to give out the Up Gamer Awards, the UP
Gamer Awards
for
2015. Dun, dun, dun.
So that's fun.
I'm so excited for that.
You're excited.
I am very excited.
I'm excited.
Boom, bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom.
That's a wrap.
Hey!